What is happening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? It is your boy, D-WIZZLE, and today, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about AI. AI, yeah. So I know that AI has been a big point of contention when it comes to filmmaking and making videos and stuff in general. When it comes to just the movie industry and TV streaming, anything that just makes media nowadays. AI has been heavily debated. Um, and you just see as the days go by, you see the technology getting more and more advanced, more and more real. At first, like it was very, very rough. Like the first time we've seen them try to do like AI images or AI videos, you just see a whole bunch of AI slop. Me personally, I just couldn't be watching. I could when in the first stages of AI, it was hard to watch for me because like the way that AI renders certain things, certain people and environments, and how people move, like I don't know. For me personally, I was felt uncomfortable watching AI stuff. I could tell instantly when stuff is AI. Something just there's a super uncanny valley when it comes to AI in general. But today, like it's shocking how advanced the AI has gotten now, and it's like within within the um within the span of like 5 years or so, 5 or 6 years when it first started coming out, um, like it's gotten crazy. Like we've seen little things like deep fakes, de-aging characters, bringing characters back from the dead. We've seen how that stuff has advanced over the years, but now we're getting to a point where we're creating full-on scenes, like you're actually seeing people talk, you're seeing action set pieces, you're seeing all of that stuff with where we're almost at that point where it looks convincing enough to be like a big budget film, the stuff I'm seeing nowadays. And it's bringing a big debate across Hollywood because if you're just able to type down a prompt about whoever you want and whatever you want, and it just creates it, like there's a big debate about, you know, them creating actors out of AI prompts and having them do whatever they want, and VFX artists possibly losing their job because why do they need to hire VFX artists if you can just type a prompt? But yeah, going back to the actors though, it's like actors' likeness. Is there going to be a whole lawsuit of people typing down, typing whatever actor they want and having them do whatever they want, and it's looking 100% convincing, and you're not getting the blessing of the actor or their family. So that's a whole thing going on. There's another. I know that the Screen Actors Guild. I think they're about to go into negotiations for to prevent another writer strike, and I know this is another big thing that they're still debating about today. And now that the technology has gotten advanced as it is, I know that those conversations are going to be a lot more complicated than they were before. So I go into this whole preamble because I specifically want to talk about this viral video that's been released with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise fighting on top of a rooftop, and that whole scene was generated by AI. It was specifically made by AI generating software called Seedance 2.0. I think that was made like either in China or Japan, and I think the video's still up somewhere. I think you could still search it up and watch it. And you see other examples of what C Dance can do, which I'm about to into in a second. But if you look up that fight with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, that looks super convincing. That looks borderline real. Now, yeah, if you really pay attention to it, the choreography is like not 100% there, but it's like 90% there. But what really shook me about that scene was how Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise exchanged dialogue in that. It looked so convincing. Like, especially Tom Cruise. Like, the AI got the mannerisms down from Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. You know, how they convey emotion, how they move their head, how they the look in their eyes and stuff like that. They got it down. Like, if you watch the what you know when Tom Cruise talks, he does that little that little head thing that he does when he talks, and like the way he expresses himself. That's Tom Cruise. And even Brad Pitt, like Brad Pitt probably is a little more iffy, but it doesn't look fake. Like it looks like a performance that Brad Pitt could do, but like that was insanity when I first saw it. Like if you told a casual that doesn't know anything about AI and showed them a scene of them fighting, I think you could convince people that that was real, and that's scary. But I not only saw that from Seedance 2.0, but I saw a whole bunch of other people playing with it, and we got a whole bunch of other scenarios that I've saw on YouTube where there was like a fight where somebody recreated Zack Snyder's Dark Side fighting Henry Cavill's Superman in the black suit. Now, there's still a couple of things in the fight that looked a little off, but 90% of it looks like something that Zack Snyder made. Like when they're fighting, like that looked like 90% there. So for people that want a continuation of the Snyderverse, if they were able to master Seedance 2.0, you could they could literally make scenes from the scripts of Justice League 2 and 3 and just type it in the prompt at Seedance 2.0 and you get something that's almost convincing there. If I'm seeing Superman and Darkseid fighting, like that's crazy. And then I see other stuff like Captain America fighting Steve Rogers Captain America fighting um I think it was Ben Affleck's Batman. Like I couldn't tell if it was Ben Affleck's Batman or Christian Bale's Batman, so that was the AI stuff that's off. And then but I've seen a fight with that. Captain America fighting John Wick, Bruce Lee fighting I think Bruce Lee fighting John Wick, the Avengers and Poe from Kung Fu Panda fighting monsters in the city, um Neo fighting the Avengers, or was it the Justice League? But in either way, it's just like people started playing around with this, and like I said, it's not 100% there. There was still some stuff in those scenes that like you was still off. There was still a little uncanny valley here and there, but it isn't like you guys gotta look it up for yourselves. There are some videos in here that look so convincing, like they improved so much. Like I believe in like 5 years from now, I think they're gonna perfect it. Oh, I even saw just thinking about it. There was somebody that did an alternate ending to the finale of Stranger Things, where they had 11, 8, and Will fight Vecna with their powers in the middle of the town and fighting the big upside down creature. Like they did literally did an alternate ending to Stranger Things, an alternate ending that people actually wanted to see from the finale. They were able to generate that with Sea Dance 2.0. What, like that was crazy, and yeah, it was so it was so close to being the real thing. It shook me. It shook me, dude. Like I'm telling you, 5 years from now, I think they're gonna perfect it, where it's going to look so real, you're not gonna be able to tell that it's AI. And that's the thing that I think people are scared about the most, especially with Hollywood. I think this is the big debate going about as the technology gets more and more advanced, as they perfect more things, like it's going to become a tool that can replace stuff that just regular filmmaking in general. There's a lot of stuff that this AI can do that will cut like all the work on the filmmaking in half, like at least, to where if this is in the wrong hands, you're gonna fire a lot of people. You're not gonna need VFX artists. You're not gonna need camera people. You're not gonna need cinematographers. You're not gonna need lighting people. You're not gonna need any of that. Because you could just literally type a prompt and make what you want, and it's gonna cut the cost of a lot of productions because there's already been an issue that movies are big budget films, blockbusters, stuff like that. They are spending too much on their films, and with them using AI, definitely that will cut the cost. So I know that's probably going to be a point of contention with the Screen Actors Guild and the directing guild and all that stuff. So hopefully all this stuff doesn't, like I said, with the negotiations, hopefully they come to a middle ground with this. Because I'll say this, and I don't know if this is going to be a hot take for a lot of people, but I'm not against them using AI. They should use it sparingly because I do think this is a tool that can be useful for Hollywood. And like, regardless of what people want to say, whether people don't want this to be used at all, it's not going away. AI is not going away. It is here to stay, and I just I don't think you can avoid them wanting to use this for projects. Like, I think they're gonna find a way to utilize it and regulate it the way they want to. But that's gonna be the biggest hurdle. How are they going to regulate this? How are they going to set mandates for this? You know, you definitely have to get some contracts going, being like, you're allowed to use the likeness of this actor. You get their blessing, and they're probably gonna ask for residuals every time they use their likeness in a AI thing. When it comes to visual effects, I'm sure they're going to use that to cut some corners, so they don't have to spend as much on VFX. Um, as far as writing, I'm sure they're going to use AI for writing, which that scares me. That actually scares me. I don't know if they should be doing that. Maybe there should be like an outline at the very least from an actual human of what they want for a story. And if they want to use AI to help them with some creative ideas here and there, then I think that's okay. But not use AI full out to make a script. That's what they should not be doing. But that's going to be tough to regulate, especially because we don't know how advanced this AI is going to be. This is only the first stages, and who knows if they're just going to try to shut this down completely, which I think they're going to fail. Like, America's not, Hollywood is not going to be able to block this. They're not. They're not going to completely get rid of this. Like, AI is not going away. As much as we like or dislike it, it's here to stay, and it's going to get more advanced. And we're eventually going to get to a point where we're going to accept it, and it's going to be part of how we make stuff. Now, whether that's going to be for the best or for the worst, time will tell. But this is a similar thing that people talked about for other things that you started to become more advanced. This is the whole VHS to DVD to streaming, thing. It's going to be a similar thing with that, with AI. Now, like I said, there's people that have different opinions about how the streaming era is going, and I definitely have my criticisms there, but definitely this is something that has been beneficial for a lot of people, and it's not going anywhere. Like, they just have to adjust accordingly to how it's being done. So that's pretty much what they're going to do with AI. Now, me personally, I'm curious about using AI for my personal projects as well, because there's certain projects that I would like to do, and I'm looking at this AI technology, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely would want to use this. This definitely would help give me more of an advantage to actually be able to make some things that I actually want to make without having to spend a lot of money. Now, of course, I want to do it legally. I'm not going to, I don't want to copy and use famous people's likeness or stuff like that, because I know I'll probably get in trouble when it comes to that. But as far as just original projects, AI, I can see it as a beneficial tool, so I don't think it should personally go away completely, but it definitely has to be mandated, and it definitely has to be regulated, because if this gets out of hand, Oh, I don't know how the state of Hollywood's going to be if they don't figure out a way to manage this and how everyone can like just walk away okay with this. So the first sign will be what's going to happen with the negotiations with the writers guild and stuff like that. How are they going to regulate this? Is it going to cause another writer strike? I'll tell you right now, we cannot have another writer strike. We cannot. That previous one we had a couple years ago, that almost that almost killed Hollywood. And we're just recovering from it now. So it will be detrimental if we have to go through this again. It would not be good for Hollywood at all if we can't get to a middle ground on this. But I know AI is probably going to be the biggest obstacle when it comes to this, and I don't know how they're going to handle it. Hopefully, people will be mature when it comes to this, but am I going to get my hopes up? I don't think I will. So I'm holding my breath, fingers crossed. But yeah, Seedance 2.0, dude, we're in the future, man. We're in the beginning of the future. I even feel like I want to look into Seedance 2.0 myself and see how advanced how advanced could they actually get? Like what scenes am I thinking of that I would want to generate for myself? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And it's nuts that like we've gotten this real. Like Lily, for people that don't like how Star Wars is right, like I'm already seeing like videos of people using AI to make alternate like scenes and scenarios from Star Wars that people want to see. Like people are seeing a bunch of Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker type of stuff, Luke Skywalker videos using AI, and they look real. Like I can't believe it. It's insane. I'm just blown away by this. Like the possibilities that they could do with this AI. It's insane. So anyway, those are my thoughts on Sea Dance 2.0, the scene with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, and just the future of AI in general. What do you guys think? Um, how advanced do you think this AI technology is going to go? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Do you think it will benefit Hollywood, or do you think this is the end of Hollywood pretty much? How do you think they're going to regulate the AI here? Do you think they'll be able to mandate it and regulate it? Do you think that the actors and the writers and directors, do you think they'll be able to manage AI to where like they'll be able to use it sparingly, or are they going to try to take advantage of it and use AI for everything, which is not a good thing at all? Where are your guys' head at? Do you guys have you guys played with AI yourself? Have you made scenarios on your own with AI? And how has it worked for you? Do you think it's a good tool, or do you think that's something that could be harmful for the movie industry going forward? Comment your thoughts down below and let me know.